How's it going, everybody? JK Fantasy Football back with another video today. We're going to be doing another 16-team mock draft, just like we did yesterday. I got another comment suggesting that I do it from the pick 101. I'm perfectly fine doing that, like I said before. If you guys want me to do something specific spot, I'm totally down to do that, so just let me know in the comments. Someone asked me to do the 1.01 today, and they were confused on who to take first, right? You have two options. You have CMC and you have JT, right? There's two options, pretty much the only two options. I mean, so it kind of gets down to the point of how risky do you feel, right? Jonathan Taylor, probably a little bit safer, right? He's a little bit more of a safer pick. But Frank Reich has come out and said, hey, we kind of want to take it easy on JT. We want to lessen his workload coming into the season. Just that alone skyrockets Christian McCaffrey way past him for me. I mean, yes, Christian McCaffrey has been injured in the past. Is he more risky? 100%. But if Christian McCaffrey can stay healthy for the entire season, there's no doubt in my mind that he will be the number one running back in fantasy football. It's by far and above the number one spot. In my opinion, I love taking Christian McCaffrey. In order to win these, you have to take the risks. You can't sit back and let everyone else take the risks and then they win, right? So something else we're probably going to be having to implement here, because it is a 16-team league. On the turnaround, we're not going to get great value coming back to us if I had to guess. So I think we're going to implement a strategy called the Hero RB strategy. I might have done it once on the channel before, but it's when you take a very solid running back that has upside to be in the top 5, maybe the top 1, and you take them in the first or second round, and then you build your entire team with just them as your RB, and then you grab one in the later round, like maybe 7 or 8, right? So I think let's go ahead and take Christian McCaffrey here, and hopefully some good value will come back to us. So it goes Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry, Austin Eckler, Justin Jefferson, Cooper Kupp, Dalvin Cook, Najee Harris, Jamar Chase, Joe Mixon, Devontae Adams, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, DeAndre Swift, Stephon Diggs, CeeDee Lamb, Nick Chubb, Alvin Kamara, Aaron Jones, Mark Andrews, Leonard Fournette, Deebo Samuel, Saquon Barkley. Wow, Saquon and Mixon in a 16-team league, and he got it at the 10? That's crazy. Mike Evans, Josh Allen, Javonte Williams, Patrick Mahomes. 2 QBs went. That's crazy. So, Javonte Williams, Keenan Allen, Ezekiel Elliott, A.J. Brown, Kyle Pitts. So, we kind of get introduced into a little bit of a tricky situation, because even though I said let's run with the Hero RB strategy, James Conner is excellent value here. I think we're probably going to actually stray away from my original plan and probably go with James Conner here. Actually, for the sake of the video, let's do a Hero RB version of it. So I probably would go ahead and take James Conner here, right? I think RB value is much higher than wide receiver value in my opinion. You want to fill your flex spots normally with, wide receivers, because if it is a PPR format, right, every time they catch a ball, they're getting a point. So it's probably good to fill these with wide receivers, right? But I love some of those mid-round wide receivers right now, so I'm perfectly fine, like, taking one now and James Conner. Oh, wait, actually, I did say let's stray away from James Conner. So, yeah. So, in your drafts, I would probably go with James Conner, right? And then maybe like a T. Higgins or a Michael Pittman. But in this case, we're going to go Hero RB, so we're going to take T. Higgins and Michael Pittman, right? 2 guys I'm very high on. I think both have top 10 upside. I'm not worried about T. Higgins being behind Jamar Chase. I think T. Higgins is an exceptional value, an exceptional talent even, and I think he's being very undervalued in these drafts. So we're going to go ahead and take T. Higgins and Michael Pittman. Right now I have them at my wide receiver 10 and wide receiver 11 spot. So then it goes Justin Herbert, Cam Akers, James Conner, George Kittle, Terry McLaurin, David Montgomery, DJ Moore, Antonio Gibson, Breece Hall, Jalen Waddle, Travis Etienne, DK Metcalf, Deontay Johnson, Mike Williams, Darren Waller, Cortland Sutton, Lamar Jackson, Josh Jacobs, Elijah Mitchell, Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy, Joe Burrow, Allen Robinson. I love Allen Robinson. I wish he came to me. Marquise Brown, Brandon Cooks, Dalton Schultz, Kyler Murray, TJ Hawkinson, Michael Thomas goes too. That sucks. Chris Godwin now is back on us. So, once again, if we wanted to go RB here, we could. normally I said about 7th or 8th round, but I also kind of forgot that this is indeed a 16-team league, so these RBs are kind of flying off the board. I might go ahead and take one now. It's still technically a hero RB because of the amount of picks that went off, right? So if I wanted to grab one, I could go ahead and grab a J.K. Dobbins, a Clyde Edwards-Helaire. A.J. Dillon is probably the one I have my eye on right here. I think he's an exceptional RB2. Wide receiver-wise is looking real good. This is what I'm saying. I love this range for wide receiver. I love Amon-Ra St. Brown. I love Juju Smith-Schuster, Darnell Mooney, Adam Thielen, DeAndre Hopkins, Rashad Bateman, right? I probably wouldn't go with DeAndre Hopkins in this format because taking a risk like DeAndre Hopkins, him being suspended 6 games, that's too much of a risk for me in this situation, right? So I think we'll grab one of these wide receivers, and then we'll go ahead and grab A.J. Dillon, right? I mean, Jalen Hurts is still on the board. Jalen Hurts is that last top-tier QB, in my opinion. Normally I would go ahead and wait for QB, but could be an option here, 100%. Let's see, what do I want to do here? Let's go ahead and grab... You know what? Let's stick to the original plan again. Let's stick to hero RB. We're going to wait one more round and then grab an RB in the 6th or 7th. We're probably going to get, hopefully, someone like a Rashad Penny, a Chase Edmonds, all very valid RB2s in my opinion. So let's go ahead and grab Jalen Hurts for one of them. Like I said, he's one of those top-tier QBs. I normally don't grab QBs too early, but I've been liking Jalen Hurts a lot. So we could go ahead and grab Dallas Goedert for the Jalen Hurts, Dallas Goedert stack, but that's not on my highest list of priorities right now. So let's go ahead and look at the wide receivers. Who do I like the best here? Like I said, there's five guys here I'd probably take, right? Based on the build of our team, we got young studs, high upside, right? Let's kind of take, you know what? Let's risk it a little bit. Let's take an experienced veteran, right? And we'll see how that works, right? Let's go ahead and take Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen is my favorite NFL player, by the way. So it goes J.K. Dobbins, Miles Sanders, Russell Wilson, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Amon-Ra St. Brown, A.J. Dillon, Juju Smith-Schuster. Wow, Team 7 is built up on running backs. Dalvin Cook, Javonte Williams, David Montgomery, Brandon Cooks, and A.J. Dillon. So it goes Juju Smith-Schuster, Darnell Mooney, Dallas Goedert, Rashad Bateman, Damian Harris, Kareem Hunt, Tom Brady. I don't think those Chase Edmonds pick was going to make it back to me now that I'm looking at Rashad Penny already gone. So it goes Kareem Hunt, Tom Brady, Ken Walker, Rashad Penny, Gabe Davis, Devontae Smith, DeAndre Hopkins, Tony Pollard, Drake London, Hunter Renfrow, Treylon Burks, Cordarrelle Patterson, Zach Ertz, Elijah Moore, Devin Singletary. There goes Chase Edmonds, Melvin Gordon, Dak Prescott, Brandon Ayuk. So Brandon Ayuk is definitely somebody I would have had my eye on. Let's look at the RB position. Is it kind of taken out? Nope. It's just about taken out. You're getting into these backup running backs, right? And, I mean, Ramondre Stevenson, he is a backup running back, but he will probably be taking over lead back duties halfway through the season, and I'm very excited to see it. Really, I really am. I have his jersey right above me over here. So I think he's a very, very solid RB2 for us. Another great running back here is James Cook, right? Right, you don't know who's going to be the lead back right now in the Bills between him and Devin Singletary, but I think James Cook could very well show up halfway through the season, right? These RBs down here, they're getting into like direct backups, right? So it's not like I feel like Ramondre Stevenson and James Cook are the last two here that will have probably like a split workload. Maybe James Robinson as well with ETN. Wide receivers, I love Tyler Lockett, Allen Lazard in this range, but I think if I wait one more round, I'm perfectly fine getting someone like my guy Jalen Tolbert, Romeo Doubs, Julio Jones, George Pickens, that kind of range, right? So I think, honestly, what we should do is, because we were in Hero RB, let's go ahead and just grab both of these RBs, right? They're two guys that I think will have a split workload. I'm very confident in both of them. Let's make Ramondre our RB2. We'll go ahead and make James Cook our flex. So it goes Chris Olave, Dawson Knox, Tyler Lockett, Aaron Rodgers, Robert Woods, Matthew Stafford, Christian Kirk, Allen Lazard, Garrett Wilson, Trey Lance, Pat Freiermuth. Wow, I didn't even see Team 11. Team 11 has 6 wide receivers and Trey Lance. They don't have a single running back. Let's see if they go ahead and take one here. Cole Kmet. No, so they Team 11 just has no running backs at all. That is crazy. I've never seen that. So Then it goes Pat Fryermuth, Mike Gesicki, Chase Claypool, Kadarius Toney, Sky Moore, Derek Carr, Michael Carter, Russell Gage, Kirk Cousins, Tua Tagovailoa, then Cole Kmet, James Robinson, Tyler Boyd, Alexander Mattison, Isaiah Spiller, Damian Pierce, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Julio Jones, Albert O, George Pickens. George Pickens just got sniped. So, yeah, I mean, wide receivers, we are kind of getting into that. I would take Jalen Tolbert range over anybody in here. I like Jalen Tolbert the most there. Tight end wise, I love Hunter Henry. I love a good amount of these guys, right? David Njoku, Gerald Everett, Hayden Hurst, even. All of these guys will probably end up coming back to me in the next round, and I'm perfectly fine. Playing the waiver wire with tight ends. At this point, I'm doing it anyway, so I might as well just wait, grab someone for the first week, and then just continue on, right? Like, we don't need a backup QB. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and take Jalen Tolbert here, my wide receiver that I love this year. He's going to go into my flex spot over James Cook because he does have more of a solidified role in that offense. And then I'm going to go ahead and take Nyheim Hines. Me talking about that Jonathan Taylor's workload being lessened a little bit, that's going to open up way more opportunities for Nyheim Hines, right? There's kind of like the receiving back in that backfield. He's not built for a 3-down workload, but he will get much more usage. I think he's a steal in these late rounds. So let's go ahead and grab Jalen Tolbert, and then we're going to go ahead and grab Nyheim Hines. Like I said, I can play waiver wire with tight ends throughout the season. I'm really not mad about that, right? So it goes Hunter Henry, Christian Watson, Jarvis Landry, Tyler Higbee. They finally took their first RB in Ronald Jones, someone who might not even make the team. So Team 11 is definitely going to be making some trades to secure their spot in the finale here. So they got J.D. McKissick. Okay, that's a much more valid option. So it goes Tyler Higbee, Michael Gallup, Rondale Moore, Justin Fields, Darrell Henderson, Rashad White, Ronald Jones, Tyler Algier, Kenneth Gainwell, Irv Smith, Jacoby Myers, Devontae Parker, Jahan Dotson, Jameson Williams, Noah Fant, Marlon Mack, Jameis Winston, J.D. McKissick, Deshaun Watson, Trevor Lawrence, Kenny Golladay, Romeo Doubs, DJ Chark, Mark Ingram, McCole Hardman, Khalil Herbert, Matt Ryan. Yeah, go ahead and look at Team 10, right? In the beginning, I said, wow, look at what a great team with Joe Mixon, Saquon Barkley. They go Joe Mixon, Saquon Barkley, Breece Hall, Joe Burrow. From that moment on, I knew that they were going to definitely struggle at the wide receiver position. Then they go Dallas Goedert, and then they go ahead and take Treylon Burks and Garrett Wilson, 2 unproven rookies, but I think both great picks, right? They're definitely going to struggle in that wide receiver era, but you know what? Hey, all power to them, right? If they went ahead and took someone like down here, they did not need James Robinson, they did not need Rashad White, right? Say they took Tyler Boyd, right, or Julio Jones, George Pickens, Jalen Tolbert, right? They took someone instead of James Robinson. I think their team looks much better, right? You have a much more secured wide receiver on your team, right? I think maybe like a George Pickens would have been really great for this team, not just because he's a rookie as well, but just in general. Wow. I think this is a perfect spot for me to either take a tight end or stack up on wide receivers, right? I have pretty confident RBs, even though I have 3 backups, right? They are splitting the workload a lot, but Brian Robinson is just calling my name for another RB. If I took Brian Robinson here, he would be my last RB, and then I would go wide receiver, tight end, or tight end, wide receiver. That's kind of how I would stack up my team, and I think I'm okay with that, right? I think Brian Robinson is a steal in these last few rounds, right? Antonio Gibson, he's working with the 3rd strings right now. That is not good, right? I think we're gonna go ahead and take Brian Robinson. Honestly, let's talk about that a little more, right? So, Brian Robinson, he's been looking exceptional in training camp. He's been looking exceptional in preseason, right? Not that I'm saying he's going to take over his job right away, but I think the Antonio Gibson run is over, right? I think it's turning into a let's kind of see what we can do with Brian Robinson, right? So there's quite a few wide receivers I love here, right? My top choice here would probably be Isaiah McKenzie, right? He's looking like he's going to be filling in that slot receiver role, but we still don't know between him and Jamison Crowder, right? Joshua Palmer looked exceptional in the preseason game last night. He's definitely an option. Nico Collins is an option. KJ Osborne, right? Tight ends? Ooh, okay. So I was probably going to wait till the last round to grab a tight end, but David Njoku, I love David Njoku this year. I think he's a sneaky value pick with Jacoby Brissett at his QB, right? Jacoby Brissett is not the best QB in the world, I can tell you that much. He's probably one of the worst in the league, probably bottom 5. I'd say probably bottom 3. But he's gonna be looking for those big targets, and that big target is gonna be David Njoku, right? They got Amari Cooper on that offense. They got Nick Chubb on that offense. The defense are going to be so focused on them. David Njoku is going to slide right through. I think David Njoku is a very, very, very good pick here because, you play matchups with him, right? After he has a good week, right? Oh, well, you're going to end up dropping him for someone on the wire that has a better matchup, right? I would rank David Njoku, Gerald Everett, Hayden Hurst, Robert Tonyan, Austin Hooper, Evan Ingram, and Brevin Jordan, probably all in the same range. So some of them are going to be on the wire, so might as well just play waiver wire with them, right? Let's go ahead and grab David Njoku here, actually. And then on the way back, hopefully we'll get one of those wide receivers I was talking about. Probably not. I mean, I'd love an Isaiah McKenzie, but, it is what it is. So it goes Sammy Watkins, Raheem Mostert, Alec Pierce, Chuba Hubbard, Gerald Everett, KJ Osborne, Jamal Williams, Hayden Hurst, Robert Tonyan, Mac Jones, Odell Beckham, Wan'Dale Robinson, Joshua Palmer, Austin Hooper, Darrell Williams, Tyrion Davis-Price, Ryan Tannehill, Zamir White, Gus Edwards, Deontay Foreman, Evan Ingram, Nico Collins, Chris Evans, Van Jefferson, Jamison Crowder, Baker Mayfield, Robbie Anderson, Isaiah Pacheco. Isaiah McKenzie then goes. I would have loved him. KJ Hamler goes. I would have loved him. Yeah, like I said before, we're pretty confident in our RBs now, right? I really like the RB selection that we got, being at the first pick in a 16-team league, right? And we knew we had to probably go with a hero RB build, right? I love the team that we built so far. So we definitely need to strengthen up our wide receiver core, right? I'm very confident in people like T. Higgins, Michael Pittman, Adam Thielen, Jalen Tolbert, but I'd like to have a few backups, right? A few flyer picks that, maybe I can slot in if someone's having a bad week that I'm going to assume are going to have a bad week, right? So let's go ahead and look at wide receivers that are still on the board. You got Paris Campbell, Kendrick Bourne, A.J. Green, Donovan Peoples-Jones, all interesting options. Interesting. So I think what I like the most here, what I'm going to go with here is, let's go with Kendrick Bourne, right? I think Kendrick Bourne is a sneaky good option, okay? Tyquan Thornton just got hurt, right? Rookie wide receiver on the Pats. I love the Pats. I'm the Pats fan. But with him being hurt, Christian Wilkerson got hurt, right? The wide receiver room right now is pretty open, right? You got Jacoby Myers still fighting for it, right? You got Nelson Aguilar, right? So I think I'm a big believer here in grabbing Kendrick Bourne. I think he had a very, very, very solid last year, right? We pulled in Devontae Parker as well. Devontae Parker, he's looking pretty good, but I love Kendrick Bourne. I think we're going to go ahead and grab Kendrick Bourne here, the late round flyer, exactly like I was saying. Then probably I'm looking at guys like a David Bell, right, rookie on the Browns. I'm looking at a Paris Campbell, right? He's fighting with Alec Pierce for that spot. Personally, I'm taking Paris Campbell over Alec Pierce, but that's just me. I don't know about other people, but let's go ahead and grab. Yeah, let's go ahead and grab David Bell. I think that's an interesting pick, right? That most definitely is a flyer pick, right? We have no idea, how exactly he's going to be faring in these, NFL games, but I think he's a very solid flyer pick. So let's go ahead and grab him. We'll go over our team at the end here. Let me know how you guys think my team was, but we got Jalen Hurts, Christian McCaffrey, and Ramondre Stevenson, right? We did go with that hero RB build, so our RB2 is not going to be super pretty to everybody, right? But we got T. Higgins and Michael Pittman, right? Two potentially top 10 wide receivers, right? We got David Njoku. We got Adam Thielen, James Cook, Jalen Tolbert, Naheem Hines, Brian Robinson, Kendrick Bourne, David Bell. I mean, in my opinion, if you get this team as your 16-team league, I think you are in the clear, right? You can definitely make some trades here and there, right? Securing some good value, but I think your team would be super, super rock solid if this was your team. You guys definitely let me know how you think it is. But once again, please let me know in the comments of if your draft is already, you know what pick you're going to be. Let me know how many teams and where to draft from, and I will do it for you. Do not worry, I will do it for you. I like helping you guys out, right? By me drafting from the 1 here, I hope, whoever commented asking for me to do it from the 1 gets help from this, right? He says, okay, so if he built it like this, maybe I can kind of build mine similarly, and I can have a great team just like his, right? So I hope this guy's helped you guys. So please have a good day. Please comment. Please like. I love reading all of your feedback. So I hope you guys have a good one. I'll see you later.